You can make $300,000 every 20 minutes this week in GTA Online. This is one of the best money-making methods Rockstar has released in a long time. And it's only 2 weeks before the summer DLC. What is going to be the summer DLC? We are going to get to know any day now, maybe even today as I upload this on Friday. You guys know I'll be making breakdown videos on the new DLC as always. But this money-making method is taking advantage of import-export vehicle cargo. I know you guys forgot about this DLC, but one of the most underrated and best DLCs of all time to me. So let's break this down for you. So every 20 minutes, you're going to earn $300,000. This is by selling top tier vehicle cargo in the import-export business and selling in 20 player lobbies. That's right, this DLC does have a high demand bonus that is fairly new. About a year ago, they added the high demand bonus. So that means instead of $200,000 that you would normally get while being double money, it raises to the 50% for 20 players to $300,000. It's completely 100% worth it to do it. And I'm going to show you guys some tips for selling in public sessions as well. So you can skip to this timestamp right here if you already have a CEO warehouse. But if you don't, this is how you need to get started with this business. Logging onto the CEO laptop in your executive office, go into vehicle cargo, and this is where you have all the warehouses. All near the bottom of the city, the cheapest one being in La Mesa. This is where you always see everyone at doing this business. And why not get it? It's not that bad of a location, maybe even in the top 3, and it's the cheapest one. The downside is when you are selling it in public sessions, people are going to be around this, especially if they are doing the same thing as you are. So maybe if you want one farther away, get the one all the way to the right side of the map. But either one, you're going to be doing pretty fine with either one of these. And they are half off this week as well, so that is another huge bonus. And then when you customize it, you don't need anything special, just get the basic one. That's all you need to do. This doesn't give you any extra payments when selling it. All it is basically the looks. And then you will have one setup mission sourcing a vehicle. And look, I already got top range vehicle. That is amazing. I will show you guys a little trick to only be able to source top range vehicles, which is a big part of this money making method. But for now, this is how basically every mission is going to go. You're going to have a waypoint for a vehicle you're going to have to go and collect. It could be either very simple, or this one, they were just racing around a racetrack, just had to take the guy out. With this money making method, since you are getting that $100,000 bonus, you're not going to care too much about getting too much damage. The most you might get is 10,000, but on average, I range like 2,000 damage by taking the guy out. So that's nothing at all when you add all of these vehicle sales up. That is pennies compared to what you're going to be making. And then basically you just drive back, or you can use the cargo bob, or even the new Iron Mule. That is amazing. It's armored even faster. So if you have that Iron Mule, use that 100%. But if you are fairly good at driving, you could just drive it yourself. Just gotta be extra careful. And then that is the business setup, and you are now ready to do the money making method. $300,000 in 20 minutes. That is $900,000 in an hour with this method. This is why they don't do this double money that often. So the vehicle cargo breakdown, you have 3 tiers of vehicles. Low tier sells for $70,000, all double money. Mid tier sells for $125,000, and top tier $200,000. But now you have the high demand bonus. Maximum 20 players brings it up to 50% bonus, bringing it up to $300,000 total you can make if you sell in a public session. 20 players. And after each sale, you have a 20-minute cooldown timer. And after sourcing, you have a 5-minute cooldown timer, which is basically nothing. In between sourcing, you can do a headhunter, sightseer, extra 20,000 on top of what you're already making. Now again, like I said, there is a method to only source top tier vehicles, and this is what you have to do. In order to only get top tier vehicles, you want to keep every low and mid tier vehicle you collect in the warehouse. Don't sell them at all when you collect them. There are different variants of each vehicle, but you only need to collect 10 of each low and mid tier vehicle to do the trick. So here's the rundown. Collect 10 low tier and mid tier vehicles, one of each car type. So let's say you get Sultan. Sultan is a mid tier vehicle. Once you get that one, if you go source another one and you get another Sultan but a different color, different license plate, you want to sell that one. And do this, keep rinsing and repeating until you get 10 low and mid tier vehicles, selling any dupes in between you get. And whenever you get top tier, sell it straight away. That way you are organized and ready to go once you do get the 20 vehicles you need to start this method. And once you collect all 20, you will now only collect top tier special vehicles. So you can only collect 12 top tier cars until the system resets and gives you the other lower ones as well, starting to like reset and break the system a little. So make sure to either sell them after each collection back to back, or wait until you have 12 and then start selling them, which I will tell you which one is the best later on in the video. But that was the simple breakdown to only source high-end vehicles. And really, this is the only way to do this business. So take the extra time, it will 100% be worth it. And remember, you have 2 weeks to grind this out, so it will be worth it by the end of these 2 weeks. So now you can start rinsing and repeating this method. First, source a vehicle in an invite-only session, headhunter, then go into a public session, sell it. Go back into invite-only session, source a vehicle, sightseer, sell it again. If you don't have the timer reset already for 20 minutes, just do another mission in between and maybe go check up on a business in between, then sell it once again. Or if you did want to go grind up to the 12 vehicles, you could just do it back to back. But I do like to sprinkle in headhunter, sightseer, just to make a little bit extra money, even a business in between it. Adding in headhunter gets you another $180,000 per hour, making it a total of $1 million, about per hour, maybe 10 or so minutes, depending on your speed. I got this down pretty fast and pretty too hard, so I could do it in pretty much exactly 1 hour. Especially if you are using the fast travel option in the interaction menu by setting your spawn location to the CEO office. So that way if you are sourcing a vehicle, you end up at the warehouse, switch sessions instantly, and you spawn to get ready to source another vehicle instantly once you spawn into a new session. Like I said, this is why they don't do dumb money on this often. It is a very OP way of making money. And this is why I'm saying there's going to be something big for the summer DLC. They never do this. In 2 weeks to get ready for it, you guys better get grinding right now. So on to actually selling these vehicles. What are the best methods to sell them? So just some tips on sourcing these vehicles. They are all pretty straightforward. Some of them can be a little bit difficult, but I just want to run through some little tips. I will link a full breakdown. This guy gave a bunch of tips for the missions. So you guys can check that out if you want to, but I'll leave some little tips. Now, number one, you can use a cargo bob or iron mule for most of the missions unless there is a driver driving the vehicle. So if so, you want to take them out first before you hook up the cargo bob to the vehicle. Some of the ones I know of is when they are stopped by police and there's a helicopter you can see off in the distance. You want to get ahead of them by quite a bit and then slowly walk towards them with a sniper and take the driver out before he starts running off. Another one is the racetrack again. But most other ones, you should be able to just hook straight onto it as long as the driver is not inside. And when you do hook onto them, go very high so ground vehicles cannot shoot you. They are very OP. But then the helicopters will come after you. But if you are using the iron mule, that is so fast that it straight out outruns the helicopters. If you're using the regular cargo bob, you'll take some hits, but they should pretty much all miss the vehicle. If you get any difficult missions, you can just switch sessions and get a new mission. Now selling the special vehicle cargo. This is of course how you make the big money, $300,000 this week and next week. Let's run it down for you guys. There are 2 main methods to this. Number 1, using a cargo bob, probably the best option. And number 2, driving it. But it depends what kind of player you are. Are you solo or are you in a public session? Are you selling an invite-only session or public session? Again, these 2 weeks will 100% go public session. But that might even just be better overall anyways, because in invite-only sessions, when you sell, you have 4 waves of NPCs coming after you. They can cause serious damage, sometimes kind of even OP. So a little trick to this is to park your car off somewhere. If you can't park in time, make sure to do the easy way out. Okay, editor right here. Apparently, they removed that option in the interaction menu. So I guess you have to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, anyways. Get the car out of the way fast. And you're not wasting any time getting out of the vehicle where enemies are shooting at your car. And then take them out one by one. There are 4 waves, so basically 4 waves of 2 vehicles. Take out the vehicles with the RPG. Do it 3 more times until they stop spawning, and then you're good to go when driving it. Or, of course, you can take a cargo bomb and just fly straight there. Do stay up a little so the NPCs can't shoot you from the ground, because they do have some pretty good range. So just fly up for about a minute or so, and then go straight there. And then again, try to stay pretty high, and then go straight down once you are above the checkpoint. Now, selling in public sessions. You don't have any NPCs coming after you at all, so you are 100% safe from NPCs and really from any damage that's not from other players. You do have to watch out for NPC vehicles because you are in a public session. There will be people not exactly nearby. They could be pretty far away, but the NPCs will still go crazy. Vehicles swerving in between roads and lanes, so drive more carefully. I would even recommend you stay out of the middle lane, stay on the edge of the streets, everything. Just watch out for the NPCs. And for the players, Ghost Organization is amazing. It doesn't matter if it costs 20,000 to use, it will add up over time. Again, if you are selling in public sessions, you have the high demand bonus anyway, so it's basically like free money you're getting. So in other words, that 20,000 you're getting is basically free money since you're going to be making it back with the high demand bonus, more than you would have anyways. Now here's the big question for selling in public sessions. Should you drive the vehicle, or should you fly the vehicle with a cargo bomb or iron mule to sell it? Now if you are flying it, you have the chance of someone coming to blow up, especially when you are first picking it up, flying to the vehicle where I was picking the car up, getting in that height so people can't shoot you on the ground or see you on the ground, and then going back down to actually drop off at location. If you're driving it, you risk crashing into NPCs and maybe having to go where 10 people are having battle, because for some reason that always happens to me where I'm crossing across a whole battlefield in downtown. But what I always choose to do is drive it. Because first, if you are using the iron mule, which is really the only thing to use now, you do have to actually go pick it up from a Pegasus location and then drop it back. It doesn't spawn right next to you, or you can't spawn it in the Maze Bank Tower, which is really let down, especially since it's 90% being used for this DLC alone. They should have made it available for you to request in the Maze Bank Tower. Also, if you are at least somewhat experienced with driving in this game, know how to dodge traffic really good, there is no reason really not to drive it. You just gotta be, again, a little more careful of the NPCs because especially in public sessions, they will go crazy. Now let's sell this live together. Again, we got 11 low-range vehicles. We got 12 mid-range vehicles. I do have some duplicates, which in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. That means I'm only importing top-range vehicles, and that means I could sell top-range vehicles. $200,000. Now you do have the required cost of $40,000 to upgrade it, but still, you're making that money back, double money, on top of the high demand bonus. Now for rule type, I always go off-road, you know, it doesn't really matter, but off-road gives you a tiny bit extra traction and, you know, it just does something in my head, so that's all that matters with that. And then we're going to stay on the phone as long as possible, but don't skip it because once you do hang up, the countdown timer does start. And here we go, and now we're just going to pull up the interaction menu, secure serve CEO abilities, and go to Ghost Organization, $12,000, not that bad. That way if we see anyone coming across us, just activate it, you know? Always good to be ready. And if no one does come after you, you save 12,000. I see right there, the NPC traffic. I'm telling you guys, you gotta be careful about that. It gets 10 times worse in public sessions. I think we are good to go. We have one guy right behind us. I think we're gonna be okay. And yeah, see, we saved $12,000. And just to make sure, yep, full. I think that's 30 players. You don't even need 30 players. That's 10 extra. $200,000. Let's just confirm the high demand bonus. $300,000 confirmed right there. That is good stuff to see. And that's your go-to guide for this double money event. Import, export, one of the most underrated yet best businesses to be making money with. Get ready for the summer DLC. They're doing this on purpose. You guys know something is going to be coming. I'll be on top of that when we do get any more info, maybe even soon today. If you guys got this far into the video, please like to leave a like and subscribe to see your video I make next.